Hey there, I am meteorologist Ben Peine here. We are on the back deck for our Ben at 10 this morning. And it's a happy Friday. It's the last day of spring as summer begins at 10:42 p.m. a little bit later on this evening. And you take a look at this. We've got a live look outside at what's right behind me. That beautiful blue scouting is here, whether on my Facebook page, Meteorologist Ben Peine, Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media on YouTube, extolmag.com/weather. We may have a little special guest that I'll bring in here in a little bit. We're going to test the Starlink power to the maximum as I've got all the weather graphics here loaded up. We're going to talk about the heat wave on the way for today as well. And feel free to drop in the comments if you're happy about summertime. We're going to be talking about a heat wave on the way. Heat index numbers around 100 or above. Actual highs lower to mid 90s on the way this weekend for our first summer weekend into next week, and our longest, driest weather pattern that we're expecting as well. I'll go ahead and take off the live shot. That is my backyard, by the way, if you want to look at it here full screen. So there is that beautiful blue sky over the Borden Valley right now. And as I take that off and bring this up, we can take a look at the radar and satellite, which shows just a beautiful clear sky overhead and a touch less humidity across the area as well. Notice a complex of showers and thunderstorms to our northwest. Looks like that would be moving our way, right? But we've got high pressure that's going to block that and keep it from moving in. But we'll likely have some high clouds streaming in from that. I'm going to try to bring up the comments here. And it's a good morning from the Borden Valley. You might be able to hear some of the birds there behind me as well. And let me bring back up the outdoor cam, and we'll say hello to a familiar friend here of the show. Let me just 1 second. So I bring this up full screen. We'll say hello to Desi. Let's see if we can see Desi this morning. Not the greatest. There's Desi. She is not wanting to do a whole lot on camera here this morning. So beautiful view across the area here in the backyard. The birds are having a good time. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this view here. And bring back, I'm trying to do some new stuff here. So we're going to bring me back up. And we're going to remove that camera right there, and we're back. So pretty cool. Check out the live view there. And we've got a good morning here from Beverly Haggis, typically the first one to pop on. Good morning, Beverly. Thanks for watching. Just across the hill is burning. We've got that clear sky. We've got the Bliss cup of coffee. And let me go ahead and bring up one more thing here. So extolmag.com/weather is where you can find a lot of interactive tools. We talk about it every day. My live stream is up there right now. There's the 7-day forecast I posted, which is hot, hot, hot. And that is what the weather story says as well for today. Looking at, as well as we bring up the sunshine, we may have just a couple internet dropouts with the Starlink, so bear with me this morning. But there you can see as we go to our full screen view, this is the Falls of the Ohio Foundation camera there along the New Albany, Clarksville waterfront, and just nice to see that full force sunshine out there, and just some high. Go ahead and exit out of that. Want to thank ivytech.edu for helping students all across the area really get a head start in their careers. You can go to ivytech.edu and just head to the Scottsburg location. That's where you're going to find everything you need to know to get registered. Summer classes are underway, and then the fall courses begin August 25th. You can learn more about Tuesdays at the Tech, and a whole lot more information right there. You get your certificate, a lot of different fields, and perhaps You want to go to lionsroofingco.com. This is where you can find the hiring section right there. You can also call them 812-294-3595. So they've got this roofing repair technician job opening right there. So you can see how easy it is to navigate to that. And Libs Paving, that is L-I-B as in Ben, paving.com, largest paving contractor around. And you can go to careers and head down toward the bottom. You can see all the job openings still open there. You can learn more and apply there online as well. And head to NWSB and get your bank account ready to go. You can go to newwashbank.com and learn more about all of their offerings as well. With that said, you can also team up with us. We can be your megaphone in Southern Indiana. Contact Ben at extolmag.com or Jason at extolmag.com. We've been averaging over 2 million views per month over the last 90 days, and that is all thanks to you guys for tuning in. So feel free to hit us up, and we'd love to partner up with you. All right, just checking my audio video, make sure everything's looking good there on the old Facebook. And let's get to that forecast here, and then we'll try to bring up our special guest this morning. I had to show off these pictures, just incredible, from Michael Montgomery in Mount Washington. So he threw up the drone. That was a couple days ago when we had those storms moving through, but they were so good. If you look at this next one, it looks like the cloud is kind of farting out a rainbow. I could probably put that a little bit better, but sorry for the disgusting description there. But you can see that rainbow bottom right out of the updraft base. Left side looks like it's the downdraft where you'd have the rainfall. Just a good looking cumulonimbus cloud there with the sunshine around it. Then when you're underneath that updraft base of the cumulonimbus, nimbus meaning rain, cumulus meaning that towering cloud, that's where you can see the dark sky and then some rain out there in the distance as well. So thanks, Michael Montgomery, for sharing those pictures. Pretty awesome right there. Get some more comments popping up. We've got Mary Ann Solberger from Jeff. Thanks for watching here this morning. Sue Shively, good morning. Have a blessed day. Lillian Lasley, marvelous day. Hey, I got a ha from the one and only Michael Montgomery. Thanks for letting us show those pictures here today. And it's going to be a very warm one out there. I'm going to have to remember the sunscreen, as I've got a golf scramble at 1 o'clock today at Glen Oaks there up toward Prospect near Norton Commons. So got to wear that sunscreen out there for today. Very high level, one of the highest levels of a 10. However, with that said, we should have some high clouds drifting in later today, again, from a system that will be collapsing as it approaches our area. So we can expect some high clouds from time to time later on today. So the play ball forecast, upper 80s this afternoon, mostly sunny sky until some of those high clouds filter out a little bit of that sunshine later today. No rain chance, southwest wind at 5 to 10. So just light winds out there for today. 88, again, that high temperature. We got a good morning from Vicki Berger. Thank you for watching there from Salem each morning. Sunset at 9:09. We're heading into the longest sunsets of the year and the longest days of the year. Our day length now is at 14 hours and 49 minutes. Today and tomorrow, the longest days of the year, with our summer solstice tonight at 10:42 p.m. That's when summer officially begins, when the sun's direct rays are over the Tropic of Cancer. That's at about, I think, 23.5 degrees north latitude. And that's when the sun's rays are at the highest in the northern hemisphere. You get the daylight 24 hours a day up there in like northern Alaska, and we'll have some twilight all the way up through about 10 p.m. So fun time of year with these late sunsets and our longest days of the year. Early sunrises as well. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:20, mostly clear sky tonight and warm, low of 72 degrees. And tomorrow's forecast for your Saturday, June 21st. A lot going on. We got bats, baseball, other events happening across the area. So just sunscreen, staying hydrated, high 93. Humidity will start to go up tomorrow afternoon, and it is going to be back to tropical levels as we head through this weekend and into next week. So for this evening, tonight, 8 p.m., Racing Louisville at Lynn Family Stadium. Their match at 8 o'clock with temperatures in the 80s, so just nice and warm out there. Should be really pleasant, just like a nice summer evening. And the forecast the same here for today and tomorrow, 7:15. Bats first pitch there at 7:15, mostly clear. Just some nice warm baseball and some pretty light winds out there. Tomorrow is the St. Matthews Summerfest with, again, a high forecast up to 93 degrees. And here is that 7-day forecast as we bring it up full screen before we bring up our special guest. 93 for tomorrow, 95 back-to-back Sunday and Monday, and mid-90s through next week. Heat index around 100 plus. So Not a whole lot of variation here. Driest forecast we've had so far this year as well. And the normal high 87, normal low 68. So we are looking at temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees above normal for this time of the year. And there you can see the sunrise and sunsets at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And as I mentioned here, we've got a special guest that I'm going to bring on. Who do we have here? This is, everybody, say hello to Wyatt Wright. So Wyatt, let me turn off my audio. Can you say hello, Wyatt? Make sure I hear you good.
Hey. Hello.
Awesome. All right. So Wyatt was a job shadow of mine. Was that earlier this year, late last year? I forget the exact date.
Yeah, earlier this year. Yeah.
Early this year, maybe? I forget.
Yeah.
A few months ago. So Wyatt is a graduate of Manual High School in Louisville. You can see behind him, meteorologist Wyatt Wright. So future meteorologist here. And you're going to be seeing him, or you can see him, as he is going to start his own kind of weather podcast live stream as well. We may have just a couple little internet disruptions every once in a while because I'm powered on Starlink here. Wyatt. Man at Manual, is that correct?
Yes.
Could you hear me there, Wyatt?
No, I couldn't.
Okay. How did you get the role as the school weatherman?
Ever since I was 7, they have knew that I knew that I love weather, and I actually told them about the weather several times. And then when I went to Manual, they stopped calling me the weatherman for a number of years. So, and I kind of appreciate that they all love me. They all would every time we had a storm, like anytime they had a severe thunderstorm or anything, they asked me about it to give the weather forecast. Be it true, they didn't believe the weather people on TV. They asked me. So,
so that's how you got the job. So what is your origin story? So what made you interested in weather when you were 7?
When I went to my own school, I met someone, and my brother got me started on being a meteorologist. And how that was we was at a restaurant, and they had a satellite dish, and they had a big storm coming in, and it knocked out the power, and it knocked out the satellite dish. And I was at that time 7 or 6, and I kind of got scared. And then my brother actually sat me down, and we watched a weather person. And then ever since, from then to move forward, I kind of got into weather, and then I kind of got research in it, and then my family supplied me with a green screen and the whole weather setup, and then I moved forward, and then I kind of researched actually like models and data and all of that, and then I kind of researched everything, and then that's how I got into weather since I was little.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. So yeah, a lot of times it starts for us when we get afraid of the weather, and then we want to help out people, and so they're not afraid of the weather. So tell us what you got going on this summer. So you graduated Manual.
Yeah.
You made state, but beyond that, and going to college and the excitement there. So what are you starting up as far as your weather coverage? Because you're down around PRP Valley Station, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us what we can look forward to.
With mine, if we have any, we'll do like a normal broadcast, what we are doing at 3, maybe for an hour. We'll get into the radar and temperatures and all of that, your normal weather stuff. But the special thing is, if we do have some other coverage, we would go on nonstop with severe weather coverage.
Awesome.
So even if it's midnight, I would still get up and do a severe weather coverage.
All right. So when are you going to start this?
I'm looking at July the 10th.
Are you going to have are you going to have a Facebook, or are you going to have YouTube?
Yeah, we're gonna have two. I'm gonna scream on two.
So we would look for Wyatt Wright. Now, I know you got meteorologist Wyatt Wright, but have you thought about this? Wright, as in RIGHT.
Someone
Right weather.
Someone actually bunged it up to me. I should do that.
You should think about it. I mean, it's perfect. I'm right weather, always right weather with you. You got to brainstorm that a little bit. We've got a comment here. Good. Simon says hello to Ben and Wyatt. So thanks for watching here this morning. And so, Wyatt, you've also told me that you've battled disabilities kind of your whole life. So instead of having that hold you back, I mean, you're one of the most positive kids I've met, always smiling, always joking around. So tell us how you've navigated that.
I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to figure out myself, honestly. Since I was an infant, I always had a battle with my heart and my whole body. My whole inside was twisted. I had I think 80 something surgeries.
Wow.
In my whole body. Honestly, I think it had upgraded to 100. I have no idea. I can't keep count. And then they didn't really know what was wrong. And then just recently, just a couple months ago, I had back surgery in October. So that kind of put that. Honestly, if you ask my family, I went home and I went to a football game at Mania than what my doctor wanted me to. So I actually went out, walked by myself that I'm not really supposed to.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of got used to it, because I never slowed down at all. And with all of my abilities that I've had, like seizures and heart problems and lung problems, all that together, I just keep on myself. I keep on saying, well, how can I make that work without? So,
and through that, you've been huge into baseball, manual baseball.
Yeah, at that one point, I was a baseball manager.
Baseball manager.
Yeah.
And meteorologist.
For them, yeah. So I was pulling a double shift for them.
So you're used to working hard. So you're ready to work hard for your residents there in southwestern Jefferson County.
Yeah, I did it for 2 years, and I was the weatherman for them for 2 years. And actually, my best friend got me on.
Oh, awesome.
He asked me, I never got into any sports, really. And even when my brother played baseball, I never got into them. And my best friend, we were sitting in class, and he said, would you like to be on the baseball team? I said, well, let me think about it. Knowing, and I kind of asked my brother, because I always asked him to see what he thinks, what better. And he said, do you know who the coach there, or the assistant coach there? My old baseball coach from middle school. Let me ask him. So I texted him and I said, do you think I could do it? He said, let me ask the main coach. And then he would, Blackwell, if I can say his name.
That's fine.
I guess I will. I don't know. If you're listening at that point. With him, he would open arms when I talked to him. He was like, "Show to come in and don't mess with them. Don't get distracted by them. Don't let them distract you. Just do it." And then I have done it for 2 years, and I actually love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that just shows your determination. So you're going to be just fine here. And again, think about the right weather. Think about that branding or whatever. So we've got a couple of comments here. We've got Michael Montgomery from Mount Washington. That's awesome. We'll definitely follow him when he gets his weather site up and going. Vicky Berger, bless Wyatt's heart. Then we got Lori, good morning. And Carol Hood, good morning as well. So some of our live viewers this morning. So again, where will we be able to find you in July? Where?
So I would actually post on my Facebook. You could, I'm making my own website that you can find all my social media and all my Twitter and everything that you can see me do my live. So I'll post on the internet and social around.
So we'll just have to search
Yeah.
Wyatt Wright.
Yes.
And he's going to have your storm coverage all day and all night.
Yeah.
Get ready for that.
Yeah. When I don't get no sleep. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, we'll talk to you more down the road as you get closer to starting off, and have a fun summer. And I wish you the best. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks.
See you, Wyatt. All right, that is Wyatt Wright. So again, he was a job shadow of mine, and just an awesome, positive kid. Has been through a lot, and is going to be starting up his own. You never know; these YouTubers take off sometimes. So we'll see how he does, and definitely follow him as he gets going. So thanks for those comments there, guys. As we're looking at the hot weather here on this Friday, June the 20th at 10:22. You're joining meteorologist Ben Peine here, but also meteorologist Wyatt Wright. Let me see if I can do this little feature again. I thought this was kind of cool a second ago. So I can bring up a second camera here. And we're gonna maybe see a lazy Desi. So I'm going to enter the studio. I'm going to turn off the audio here. All right. Bear with me. I'm doing some technology stuff. There's me and me. And there's Desi. Maybe, what if I turn it like this? There we go. There's the desert laying around. So we've got a couple live shots here this morning. I'll go ahead and take a look at the Desi cam full screen here, as it is a beautiful day out here over the Borden Valley. You can see that sunshine across the area. Desi, you're not impressed, are you? You want to say hi to anybody? There she is. Good morning. Good morning, Desi. All right, we got two other dogs. I think they're inside, though. All right, I'll cut this off. I'll take this. Oh, we'll remove the Desi cam and the beautiful blue sky cam as well. All right. Moving on. There we go. That was kind of cool. All right. So it is a nice, kind of cozy morning here. We've got temperatures heading into the 70s now, upper 80s this afternoon. Thankfully, no storms in the forecast. We can all get things done outside. Got my mower tire fixed yesterday. Thanks to Jacoby's in Sellersburg for the quick turnaround on that. Let me go ahead and bring this back up here. This is extolmag.com/weather. We can look at the current conditions across the area. And I'm going to bring this up full screen. So right now we're looking at 76, 77, 78. Some of the current temperatures across the area. Expanding out our view. Really quiet conditions. And then you can see some showers and thunderstorms up to our northwest, northwestern Illinois. Now that's on the fringe of the upper level ridge that is going to be building into our area. And that's going to try to get to our area, but kind of fizzle out. Not kind of, it is going to fizzle out. So we expect just some high clouds from that active weather up to the northwest of us later on today. I'm going to bring up the radar and satellite again as well, as things are very quiet around our area. And again, high pressure is the, of course, opposite of low pressure. High pressure ridge building in the heat wave this weekend into next week. Hey, we got Weather Now, Kentucky, the Southern Indiana go-to. Hey, thanks, George. Does anybody follow WNK? And I know you do because he's got like 125,000 followers covering Kentucky. So we got you covered here in Southern Indiana. Weather Now, Kentucky there in Kentucky. Thanks for tuning in here this morning. George, got Alberta Philpott. Good morning to you as well. Janet says, too hot for Desi. It is a little bit hot. She's chilling. She's ready to go into the AC here pretty soon. All right, so let's get out of there. Let's start to dig into the heat wave. It's 10:26. We just interviewed, if you're just popping in, Wyatt Wright, future meteorologist. And so a little bit past our normal time frame here, but check this out. This is the Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day outlook. What does that mean? That means way above normal chances of above normal temperatures through the long run. I was looking at some of the long range Euro and GFS data and seeing if we see any into this big ridge of high pressure that's going to build in this heat wave. And this means stagnant air, probably some air quality alerts next week. Heat index 100 above. This heat wave could be long lasting. So you want to think about obviously staying hydrated. A lot of us not used to this kind of heat when it's going to be blasting us really quickly. Make sure those HVAC, those AC filters are changed, working properly. Check on elderly neighbors, any neighbors that might not have AC. Make sure they're doing all right. All those heat wave kind of things, because it's going to be, again, long lasting, possibly all the way through next week. Some of the data didn't have the ridge really breaking down, maybe until next weekend, a little bit of relief, or maybe into early July. So this one is going to be around a while. And heat waves are actually one of the major dangers as far as weather impacts, because the heat stress, especially when you have nighttime temperatures in the mid 70s, and if you don't have AC, you cannot cool the body down effectively. So that's the Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day outlook, bringing up the 8 to 14 day outlook. So this would be like a couple weeks out. It just shows more very warm weather all over the region. Going to go ahead and bring up the weather model data. And again, we've got that system off to our northwest. I'm going to bring up the HRRR, the high resolution rapid refresh weather model. So there's that weather to the northwest of us. And notice as it tries to get closer to our area, it just fizzles out. I do think we'll have some debris clouds, just some leftover clouds from that system moving into southern Indiana a little bit later this afternoon. So maybe a little bit of filtered sunshine later on today. All right, so that is it. That's probably the only rain we're going to see around the region for a long time. Now, eventually next week with the mugginess, we don't have any storm systems that can make it into our area, but there might be like maybe a stray pop-up little shower in the afternoon. You're kind of looking at 10% chance or less next week. So don't bet really on any rainfall for a long time. I'm going to move this into the GFS weather model and look at the feels like temperatures. So today, the 20th, let's go to the 22nd into Sunday. Tomorrow is going to be a hot one, lower 90s. We're going to start to see the heat index values going up as the dew points increase across the area. So I'm just kind of querying with the mouse here, and you can see upper 90s, low 100s. Sometimes it can get worse by those cornfields as well, thanks to evapotranspiration, the moisture coming off the corn. So that's your Sunday. Big heat index values. Let's just jump way ahead. We'll go Tuesday, the 24th. Talking heat wave here. And these are like the 5 p.m. temperatures, pretty much your late afternoon temperatures. So no break of that heat wave. And I think those are very conservative numbers. We'll probably end up hotter than that. So taking the Billionaire rocket to outer space, looking at the broad view here, we'll do a quick drawing of our heat wave. So again, you get the jet stream flowing way to the north here. The death ridge, as some meteorologists like to call it. Ridge of high pressure. So the upper level winds are way to the north of us. Got to go way up into Canada to cool down. And underneath that ridge of high pressure, that is basically sinking air, puts a lid on any cloud, storm development, and just brings in a whole lot of sunshine. So high pressure is the name of the game here for a while, for a long time. And that pattern is locked in place. So that's Tuesday. There's a hurricane down there, it looks like. I have been paying a whole lot of attention to the that's off of the western coast of Mexico down that way. Nothing happening in the Atlantic, I want to mention. And maybe that's it. I don't see a whole lot happening here. That's the forecast. Anyway, let's go back to the heat wave. All right. So nothing happened in the Atlantic tropics wise. If you have any vacations, you're in good shape. The peak of the hurricane season is late August through September. All right, getting out of full screen. Let's jump ahead again. We'll go to next Thursday, the 26th. So getting through our first work week of summertime. All right, we should be on the 26th. Man, we are just zipping through this month of June. It is crazy. All right, there you go. Same colors. This is all the way to next Thursday. Crazy hot and humid. So there you go. We're not alone either. I mean, there's hot weather for southeastern half of the United States. Long-lasting heat wave here for us. Let's clear that one out there. Thanks for joining us. We're just looking at some of the long-range weather model data at the heat wave that we have on the way through next week. It's going to be a big one. Starting off summertime with a blast. No doubt about that. All right, so that is that. Now we're going to look at the forecast one more time, in case you missed it. And I also want to show off these pictures from Michael Montgomery once again as well. Remove that, bring this. So these pictures, he's going next level with the drone. These were the storm clouds a couple days ago. Michael Montgomery out of Mount Washington. And so it looks like this cloud kind of just look at the bottom right. Earlier I said it looked like it farted out a rainbow. They got rain on the downdraft side on the left side, updraft side on the right side. Sunshine surrounding the cloud, you don't see the rainbow in the cloud at the same time very often. This is underneath the updraft base of a cumulonimbus cloud, otherwise known as a thunderstorm. See the rain coming down on either side of it as well. So very awesome pictures. Check out his Facebook page for more of those pictures. UV index, very high level of 10 today, easy to burn. I do think we'll see some high clouds from a system that is falling apart to our northwest later on today. Vicky Berger saying amazing pictures. Yes, indeed. Got to remember that sunscreen. Got to scramble today, this afternoon. That play ball forecast will be hovering around 80 degrees or low 80s around noon, 88 this afternoon. That's about close to normal for this time of the year. Humidity is not too terrible. It will be humid, but it's going to be a lot worse Saturday into Sunday as we get that south wind to continue to pump in that Gulf moisture. So our forecast today for your June 20th, the last daytime of springtime as summer officially begins tonight at 10:42, 88 that high temperature. Mostly sunny, very warm out there, and our sunset at 9:09. Again, at the longest days of the year. There's county fairs happening. I think, was it the Clark County Fair starting up this weekend, the last of the Washington County Fair. If anything's happening in your neck of the woods, in your county, your town, go ahead and pop in the comments what you might be doing, what event, festival you might be heading to this weekend. Let some folks know about it. 72 our low for tonight, mostly clear sky, warm and dry. And the forecast here tomorrow for your Saturday, 85 by noon, 93. That forecast high for tomorrow afternoon with the increasing humidity levels hour by hour. And so this is that racing Louisville forecast for tonight. Lynn Family Stadium, temperature starting off in the lower 80s. And then probably upper 70s by the end of the game. Temperatures are not going to be in a hurry to cool down, especially downtown. Southwest wind 5 to 10, just some nice summer weather. Same deal for the Bats today and tomorrow at 7:15. They're in town this weekend, taking on Scranton. Mostly clear sky. Southwest winds around 5 to 10. And the St. Matthews Summerfest happening tomorrow, 93 degrees. I got tons of vendors and concerts, music from noon to 10 p.m. tomorrow is the Summer Fest in St. Matthews. And our 7-day forecast here for you. Lillian says, Desi's getting too hot. Take her to the pond and stay cool. I will definitely be doing that at some point. She's going to get some swimming in. No doubt about that. I might jump in the pond as well. Still got the old ropes swing out there. Try to do that once a year. So 93 tomorrow. Look at the low temperatures, mid to upper 70s. So our AC is going to get a workout. I hope everybody's AC units are doing good. It's going to be important here. Again, change those filters out if they need to be changed out. 95 back-to-back Sunday, Monday, heat index 100 plus. And your mid-90s roll on through next week. So boom, there you go. Summer in full effect for us. Go ahead and bring that off, bring back that up. So again, this is a look at the interactive radar and the current temperatures. System up to our northwest will fall apart before moving into our direction. And you get your weather story there if you want to learn more about the heat wave, some of the maps. I've updated that this morning. There's your 7-day forecast, interactive radar. This is extolmag.com/weather. You also have our live stream there. Also, if you can, go to Extol Media, EXTOL Media on YouTube, like, subscribe, and you'll start to see more of our videos popping up, not just the live streams. See if we can get the camera to load up here. There we go. There's the live cam. Beautiful along the river. It would be a good day for some fish. I do see in the bottom right some folks there looking at the fossil beds, maybe putting some bait on the hook. Looking live here by the New Albany and Clarksville waterfront. You can check out this live cam anytime at fallsoftheohio.org, Falls of the Ohio Foundation. So some folks chilling out there on our last spring afternoon. Desi, do you want to say goodbye here in a second? Thank you also to ivytech.edu, community college here in Scottsburg. I should say Sellersburg right here. Go to Sellersburg campus. 42 programs offered. You can register for Tuesdays on at the Tech and get one-on-one information on how to register. Summer session underway. Fall begins August 25th. You can get your certificates, your 2-year programs, get right into the workforce. And speaking of right into the workforce, Lions Roofing. Go to lionsroofingco.com, 812-294-3595. They have a roofing repair technician job posted. So you can apply there online. And more job postings at libspaving.com, L-I-B as in Ben, S-paving.com. So if you have family, friends, need an opportunity, need that summer job, maybe a new career, there's a bunch of opportunities out there for you here in Southern Indiana. Southern Indiana banking the way you want. People you know wherever you go. NWSB, newwashbank.com. You can see all their services offered there at their website as well. All right, we're live from the back deck here this morning. I'll wait for the last comment before we wrap things up. Desi, you want to come up here and say hi? Desi does not. She is going to be laying around here. Let me see if I can bring back the other camera here as we wrap this up. I'm going to try to be my own cameraman. I think I need to mute this, enter the studio here. So now, Having fun with the technology. There's me and me. Wait, which way should I look? It doesn't matter. I'm having a conversation with myself. All right, let's take a look at the Desiree. What are you doing, Des? What are you doing, Desi? All right, let's take a look at the live camera here. Beautiful, calm morning across the area. Are you going to say goodbye, Desi? You want to say goodbye? All right, high five. There she is. There she is. All right, say goodbye, Des. All right, you guys have a good one. Heading off to the golf scramble. Stay safe from the heat wave on the way. We'll see you Monday on Ben at 10. Thanks for watching us this morning. And you can always join us on my Facebook page, Meteorologist Ben Peine, Peine, that you can see right there. Boom. Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media on YouTube, and extolmag.com/weather. We got your live stream. All right, we're going to give Desi some air conditioning, and we'll bring her back inside. Vicky Berger, last comment of the day here. Have a blessed day to you as well, Desi, and all watching. All right, have a great Friday. Happy first summer weekend. We'll see you later.